Hi there guys, and welcome to another Trains from 2017 video. Today we're back on the Wherry lines, one of my favourite routes as you guys all know, and we're back in the awesome Deltic. I've had a little play with this off camera more than anything else, and this scenario, this route, I thought would be very good. Haven't tried it myself yet, so it's the first time I'm doing it, so it's all going to be new to me too. So let's get going. What are we saying first of all? Depart now and head for Great Yarmouth. We're slightly late, but we're due to arrive at Great Yarmouth at 13:03. The real train arrived at 13:06. Okay, let's see if we can beat that then, shall we? I don't even know what we're hauling. Let's get moving, and I'll go outside and have a look. So the blurb from this is drive D9000 from Norwich on the avoider to Great Yarmouth via Reedham with 1 Golf 22 Liverpool Street to Yarmouth on Monday 31st of August 1998. Excellent! 31st of August 1998, not long before I started secondary school. In fact, days before I started secondary school. Good year, good vintage. Lots of Reggie Rail services by the looks of it already. What have we got? Reggie Rail over there, Intercity over there, and we are hauling some Anglia Mark IIs. Starting with a DBSO, which is pretty cool. That's a full rake of Anglia Mark IIs. It's nice, a busy looking crown point. Let's get back to the task at hand. Right, what I haven't done, and which I do need to do, is have a look at the outside of the actual train. So this is a two-tone green livery, which I will be honest, is not one of my favourites. Never really has been. It's not really my era. I'm not too fussed though for this run. So it's Royal Scots Grey. Still looks very nice. I'm still completely flabbergasted. Is that a real word? I hope it is. By this pack. It's flabbergasted. That's a word I don't think I've ever used in my life. There's another first for you guys. So, yeah, I'm speechless really with it. It is a work of art. Really fun work of art at that. And Vulcan Productions did actually come in and comment on my last video on it and said that the 15% thing with the throttle, that's actually updated in their manual that comes with the pack, but not on the manual on the website. That they haven't actually put that feature in yet, so I'll look forward to that when it comes in. No, I haven't. Oh, that's nice. I do love this Armstrong Powerhouse Mark II pack. It's got the most realistic interior sounds, I think, of any pack. There's sort of that little aircon hum, noises sort of dulled down. It's not got that over-the-top track joint sound. It's nice. Funnily enough, I haven't driven on this bit of track since my very first Train Simulator 2017 video. Well, it wasn't even 2017, that was 2016. It was a scenario in the Wherry Lines 37 called Three Sides of the Triangle, which is where I went down into the wash plant line, I think, and then came back out and went up and round. Funny enough, Three Sides of the Triangle. So I thought a little run on the Wherry Lines as well was well overdue. And why not do it in a Deltic so we can do things like this? But that looks really good actually, just snaking along there. So I spoke about this in one of my other videos, how I like watching trains go over different sets of points. And Chris Horsfield, who does a lot of the scenarios for me, actually came on, sent me a message and saying, you know something, I love that too. It's weird, isn't it? I think somebody else commented on the video as well, actually, about it. There's the noisy Mark III in the bunch. Plumes of black smoke. So nice. Oh, seems to be missing a bridge there. It's weird, I'm not sure why I've got missing assets from this route. Let's hope that's all of them. So talking to the 150s, the /2s that were just going past there, some news out today from Armstrong Powerhouse that Thomson have, due to some issues with Thomson, they've not been able to complete the 150-2 enhancement pack, which, Joe, is a shame. I think any enhancement pack on this simulator is a bonus at the minute, but it's not the end of the world for me, because I think the 150-2 is not too bad. But I'm looking forward to the 170 pack, which we've all spoken about, and I've said about 1,000 times. It just kind of goes to show, though, that the end user license agreement that Thomson Interactive have with their stuff is very, very tight. Now, the reason the 170 pack couldn't be out for ages is because, again, it was Thomson Interactive's product. The end user license agreement was quite strict. So just getting my binoculars out again. That looks like it's gone clear. But funnily enough, which I didn't realise, DTG now own the 170. Which is why we're now seeing the 170 pack. Which is no bad thing. It is a very pretty route, isn't it? Sorry, I'm not muting it when I'm drinking there. I'm literally just at the door from work. I was incredibly thirsty. I wanted to get it out to the shed and give this thing a go again and give it a video for you guys. I'm just pairing it with these Mark II. Even got external AWS sounds. That's sweet. That's really sweet. We're going to be going down to a 20 in a minute. I think it is. Look at those wheat fields there. That's what it looks like all round me at the minute. This year there's been loads of wheat grown. It's really pretty. Usually where I am it's a lot of oilseed rape. Stinky yellow plants that then sort of wilt and go sort of blacky colour. Yeah, there's the 20. It's not coming up. How strange, I've got no track markings whatsoever going on here. No signals either. Do I usually have signals on this bit? Not sure. I'm pretty sure I do. Oh, there's one. It should be on semaphores by now, I think, up this end of the route. Alright, that wasn't on the track diagram either. How strange. There's a little spotter guy you can get with a camera at the end of a platform. One of the guys on my Facebook page used it on a scenario for Chris once. It's from one of the preserved lines. I think it's the North Somerset Railway. I just sort of expect him to be dotted around on these scenarios badly. The only other train I know that gets more attention than the Deltics running up and down the East Coast Main Line is Flying Scotsman. They're incredibly popular beasts. And I think in some way that's the reason why I was never massively a Deltic fan. And I was always one of those awkward sods that went for things that sort of, not went for things on purpose, but seemed to always like things that weren't the popular things in life. And train-wise, I don't seem to be... There's a few exceptions. I like the oddities. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some oddities from the early diesel age that actively frightened me. The fell diesel. If you guys have never seen that thing, I remember having that in a book when I was a kid and it actually making me feel a bit weird looking at it. Hideous looking beast. And so these days I suppose we'd call it sort of steampunk. It was just had like 6 engines. Was it like 4? Was it a 484 or something? Wheel configuration, really odd thing. If you've never seen it before, have a look. It's Fell, F-E-L-L. He was the designer. He was an ex-soldier, ex-major in the army or something, or colonel. It's nice on this route and everything, but it just feels like the Delta wants to stretch its legs a bit. So God knows what it's like driving it on a preserved line at 25. Was it the Great Central Railway that's got got a higher track speed? I think, can they do 60? Can they? On that double track section, I think it is. I haven't really had a good look at the DBSO since I've bought it, to be honest with you. Looks bang on externally. I'm a bit gutted it hasn't got a cab. If I remember... Oh, look at that grille on there, I like that. If I remember, the reason for that was they couldn't actually get accurate enough pictures of the cab to put one in, but they say that if they did get accurate enough pictures, they would put one in. There is a patch out on UKTS which gives you, is it the cab from the 4VEP, the 421, or the 423, or the 422, all of that ilk. I mean, the cabs and DBSOs, there are pictures of it out there. I've seen several. So the power controller looks mighty similar to what's in like the 317s. Same master key setup and everything like that. It's similar to that. And then it's got like actually this has got the washer controls, that shaped one. Sorry, the washer controls, the wiper controls. It's one of those shaped ones. Right, slow limit up here, isn't it? Yeah. And then the brake controller, funny enough, I was thinking of it a bit like a 47 one, but it's like a locomotive one. It's like this. And the speed gauges as well are sort of, think of any real 80s, early 80s EMU, 80s EMU sprintery. It's got a big brake pipe pressure gauge and a speedo, and that's it really for gauges. And then it's got indicator switches for several other bits and pieces. There's nothing particularly complex to them. AWS sunflowers up on the right hand side on the pillar. Still learning the brakes on this. Mm, 5 mile an hour over as we hit into it, it's alright. And the rest I'm just going to take down with a little light application of loco brake. I don't think we're going to make it in the 1306 that this thing that did in real life. We really would be having to hammer it. It's just the swing bridge up here now. It's not, it's just the junction, isn't it? This thing sounds so good on full chat, doesn't it? Whoa! Tree in the cab. I've never actually been up in a Delta cab. I think I'd quite like to. It's a big beast of a thing, isn't it? Oh, field divert there. It's going to rapidly be up to 60 now though. Just noticed a little milk bottle top sitting there. It seems to be missing a bit from inside the level crossings as well. I will have to do a little bit of route reinstalling. I think it is strange how train sim sort of just randomly either, I don't think it necessarily deletes things, but it loses the path to things or believes that assets aren't there when they are there. And also I think there's got to be an optimal size for your train sim installation. There's actually quite a conversation about how big people's train sim installations are on my Facebook group the other day. And they are huge. I mean, mine's knocking 200 and odd, nearly 200 odd gig, yeah. Not far off if I count and all the other bits and pieces that go with it. And that's without the German routes, without the US routes. And I remember back in the day of train sim, there was a point where if the folders just got too big, it just had none of it. And then that's when Dovetail did the sort of putting them into .ap packs. They started zipping them all that sort of thing. It's amazing, really. We often sit and moan at how little DTG have done and how unoptimised the engine is and everything like that. But realistically, they've been doing a lot of turd polishing the last sort of 5 years, 6 years. An awful lot. They've been coaxing this thing right up to what we've got now, which ain't a bad job. Do you know what I mean? It's we all still play it. We all still play it. And with the new announcements of the Train Sim World Great Western Express or whatever they've called it, I think that'll be the start, really, of Train Sim World. I mean, I remember when this came out. When this came out as rail simulator. It had a Deltic, an HST, and a 166, some sort of kettle, and a German. Actually, the German stuff back then weren't too bad. It had the BR101, and if I remember, see, I want to say it was like the diesel ice train. I'm pretty sure it was. I've got my rail simulator box kicking about somewhere. And then it was only when it became Railworks that it went on to Steam and like you could get new things. And Rail Simulator did release a few add-ons, the 08, the 158. Just Trains had done what Just Trains done by then? Newcastle to York Modern, I think, was their first route for Train Sim 2017. Rail Simulator. I think their first loco could have been the 20. I was actually having a little browse over on Just Train's website the other day when they released their new Western something or other. What is it? West Coast Express. I know I keep wanting to say that. I don't know, Express website, getting mixed up with a thingy. That Great Western route that everybody's been asking for months and months and months, that actually nobody's asked for. You know the one I mean. Anyway, I was looking at that, and I noticed the Chris Train stuff on there. Now, I remember Chris Trains from Microsoft Train Sim days. He had loads of the Dutch stuff, did all Dutch stuff, I think, and I had it all for MSTS, all of it, and loved it. And I've realised he has done basically everything that he had out for MSTS, but for Train Simulator. So I will give some of those a bit of a go. I had seen them before, but I'd never realised the actual extent to what he's done. This is Coplobber Mal, who follows Matt Peddleston and has his own channel as well. I've seen quite a few of his videos that have used sort of the Dutch stuff. I love it. Coploppers especially, if you don't know what Coplopper is, have a look. It's like the 747 of trains, in my eyes. I think that's why I quite like it. It's sort of got the hump that 747 has. And I actually follow, there's a Dutch train driver on YouTube that just obviously goes to work with a GoPro on his head. And I find his videos pretty relaxed, and they're sort of my bedtime watching quite often. His new videos. I've no idea what's going on a lot of the time. I really don't understand the Dutch safety systems or anything like that. If you do understand the Dutch safety systems or have any link to a website that explains them in English or anything like that, stick it in the comments below. I would love to see them. I'd love to see it and understand it all a little bit first before I do any videos on it. Also the Regio runner, so the double deck quite cool looking thing. It was originally built by Talbot, I think, and then they've got the NS 1700s, which is like the French design of train. I wish I really knew the things, and if I had my iPad I'd be sitting there looking them up for you, and I've hammered it into here, but I don't have it with me. So I'm waffling about things that I can't really remember the numbers of, which when you're doing about trains is pretty important. Yeah, I still haven't got the knack of these brakes. I think I'm gonna end up using a set of buffers again. Nah, look at that, we did it. Alright then guys, thanks ever so much for watching. This was just another little quick video just to keep you going for a little bit, and for me to share a little bit more of this amazing Deltic. So yeah, if you know anything about the NS stuff, please by all means stick it in the comments below. Any other comments or suggestions? Hang on a second, the interior of that is nowhere near as nice as that, is it? Any other comments or suggestions, of course, stick them in there. Feel free to like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my Facebook page. It's in the link in the description below. Once again guys, thanks ever so much. See you soon.